Okay, think we're ready. Let's do it. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, now the last time I wanted to film this video, I got in my head and wound up not filming anything. That ain't gonna happen this year. That said, it is time for me to share my top 10 favorite fall fragrances of 2025. This is not going to be in any particular order because doing this list was stressful enough. Trying to rank is just asking too much of me in this socio-political climate. Let's just have fun, okay? Thank you so much. Before I share my top 10 favorite fall fragrances for 2025, please make sure that you are subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. After subscribing, turning those post notifications on and setting them to all so you don't miss when I post the next video or when I post a little deal, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up and hype it up as well because it's free and it goes such a long way to help support the channel and help us to grow. And last but most certainly not least, if you are interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances that we discussed in today's video, so make sure to shop via any available links, discounted links, and or discount codes down below in the description box because it really helps support the channel and you're gonna buy it anyway. You're gonna buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. I'm not wearing a scent of the day, so we're gonna go ahead and deep dive into this list. I, of course, have no idea what order I want to do this in. So let's just start with this one. No stranger to the channel at all. This is YSL's Libre Le Parfum. If you are a regular to the channel, you know that this is the one and only Libre flanker that I love. This gives a very authentic Libre DNA with orange blossom, lavender, vanilla, but much smoother and much sweeter as well to my nose than the OG because of some honey and some saffron, which not only makes it smoother, sweeter, and more elevated. This, I don't think is a problem with Libre in general, but this lasts all freaking day. And it gets compliments. Definitely one of my favorite designer fragrances of all time. It's just so good. I have so many freaking scent memories with this fragrance. And I've had this for a couple of years. And as you can see, a little bit of this goes a long way. There is a dent, definitely a noticeable dent, but a 1 ounce for me with this fragrance is plenty because it's so strong and lasts so long. Ooh, that's what she said. But definitely recommend getting your nose on this one. And Libre lovers, we just have to accept that this is the best one, okay? This is the best one. I don't care what y'all say. This is sweet but grown, sexy, and definitely a statement maker. Perfect for cooler weather and definitely a top fall fragrance for me is YSL's Libre Le Parfum. Moving on to a newer release that was launched just in time for fall. This is Clean Reserve's Skin the Intense, one we've been talking about a bunch lately. This one was sent to me from the brand and we've talked about it a few times on the channel already. But this, I don't know if you can see my dent. She's been getting worn out, okay? She is sick of me this fall. It was just such an easy reach. It is definitely the same or similar, I should say, DNA of the original Clean Reserve Skin. Fresh, musky, subtly sweet, clean second skin. Your skin, but better. But this has added some salted caramel or something, some vanilla. So it's creamier, it's sweeter, it's deeper, warmer, and has a more pronounced, I'll say, scent bubble than the OG to me, making it more perfect for cooler weather, making it sexy, and just giving an already like simple and easy reach fragrance a sweetness that makes it more feminine and more fitting for this time of year. This one I wore to bed, I wore to the office. I could wear this line dancing. It's sweet, yes, but not cloying, not too much. Like I said, super, super easy to wear, which is why the dent in this in just a few months is crazy. But again, another favorite this fall has to go to Clean Reserve's Skin Intense. Another one we've been talking about a lot lately is Guerlain's Shalimar Le Sens. Definitely a top for fall. Do y'all see my dent in this one? Another one that is sick and tired of me. I already have a tester strip with this one sprayed on it because I talked about it in another video that I filmed today. I'm going to say this and don't nobody get mad at me, but this is my new Guerlain. And you all know that Guerlain is one of my most worn fragrances for 2024. I'll leave that video linked up top in case you haven't seen it. But this one has, you know, maybe I won't say kicked it out of #1. Maybe it's like tied for #1, like 1 and 1A. This gives me a very similar experience to that, and it's the fact that it's a sophisticated vanilla, subtly sweet, easy to wear, signature scent worthy. Not too much, but this with the addition of like a muskiness, some rose. And while Guerlain has some iris as well, this has iris and rose, some almond, some incense. So it's just, you know, a step up for me. Just a little bit more elevated while still having a super accessible, in my opinion, price tag. And this is the 1 ounce. I probably low-key should have got at least the 50 ml, but I'm you know, allegedly trying to be responsible, and considering the fact that I blind bought this, the 1 ounce was a happy medium, a compromise, if you will. But this, it has been a easy reach for a church. I can wear this to the office, and it's just pretty. It makes me feel put together, and like I can keep a white shirt clean. So again, another favorite for fall has to go to Guerlain's Shalimar Le Sens. Now this next one is a travel, but it happens to be the second travel of this fragrance because I already ran through the first one. I've already shared the tragic restock story with you all about this fragrance, but another favorite for this fall has to go to Forever Mood's new She Was Here launch. This one ran through, okay? Ran through that first travel spray, and I'm finna run through this one as well. And spoiler alert, my full-size bottle is already here. This is the best one, in my opinion, from Forever Mood. And I say that as a rose fan, of course. Not only does this have rose, there's some really dry, salty pistachio, giving it a subtle gourmand facet, along with some creamy, sweet vanilla. But what takes this over the edge for me personally is that fruity, resinous opening from that pomegranate and that elemi. It just gives it a little something that makes it a bit more complex, while at the same time not being like hard to wear. This one was another super easy reach for me personally, that I can dress up or down. I also layered this, playing up on that pistachio. I wore this with Heal the Way. I've also worn this with another fragrance that we'll talk about in just a second, because I feel like they play really well off of each other. This is gorgeous, 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 and I'm already stocked up, and definitely recommend getting your nose on this one if you have not. And I think at the time of me filming this video, you can grab a full-size bottle on sale during the Sephora savings event like I did. Definitely one of my favorite releases for 2025, and a top fall fragrance has to go to Forever Mood's She Was Here. Now this next one low-key kind of caught me off guard. I did not anticipate enjoying this fragrance as much as I do, but Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Extra Dose. Is my dent registering? Sick and tired of me this fall. This one, Another one, super easy to wear regardless of the occasion. Dress it up, dress it down. Compliments, long lasting. It's a mass appealing DNA, but in a familiar DNA as well. Still fruity, still sweet, still very jasmine forward, but the addition of that rum, sweetie. This made something that is already great and iconic even better, in my opinion. And it's definitely a more grown approach to the Donna Born in Roma DNA. The Intense was a little too grown for me. You know, maybe I can revisit that in the next couple of weeks or something. But this is just fitting for me right now. This I feel like a solid 25 and up type of personality. Frontal lobe fully developed, tax paying, you know what I'm saying, type of energy. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. I wore this out this fall. Another standout 2025 release for me and a favorite for fall again goes to Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Extra Dose. And this next one is an OG, triple OG in the collection, and I revisited it this fall and was not able to put her down, especially in the nighttime, because the nighttime is the right time. This is Initio's Atomic Rose. Hopefully my camera is picking that up, because the only way to know the fragrance is to see it on the cap. This is not your grandma's rose. This is not your baby sister's rose. This is not a dainty rose. This low-key could be like a super dark red rose, a black rose even, you know what I'm saying? Very femme fatale, very maleficent, very dark energy type of rose. Very sexy. And honestly, I wouldn't even say femme fatale, because this is so carnal and perfectly unisex to my nose. And also extremely strong. You do not need to spray a lot of this in order for it to perform, project, and get compliments. A perfect cold weather and or date night rose, special occasion rose. I was wearing this out this fall, especially if I was going to dinner. And this is going to do what it needs to do, especially in cooler weather. Definitely one I recommend testing. If you are a Delina fan, this is Delina's like androgynous older sibling. Definitely recommend testing this one. Not at all a safe blind buy, but I am who I am. I did blind buy this a few years ago, and I would do it again. This is Initio's Atomic Rose. Definitely a top one for fall 2025. Now, definitely a more dainty, girly, more quote-unquote feminine rose has to go to my birthday gift to myself. This is Soie Malaquais from Dries Van Noten. Enjoy the bottle. Yes. Another rose fragrance, because I love rose. In fact, we have a couple more roses that we're going to talk about in today's video. But this rose is a pink rose. This is a silky, sweet, flirty, but also very sophisticated, expensive rose. Okay. Not only does it have a fruity element from some black currant, it is sweet from some cocoa, nuttiness from some chestnut, slight, subtle gourmand facet, silky smooth, masterfully blended. Silk is a note in this fragrance. It's everything I aspire to be. It's everything I want to smell like in 2026. And in such a short amount of time, already made it into my favorites for the fall. It will be worn this winter, and it's likely going to be a top standout new addition to my collection for the entire year because of how obsessed I have been wearing this back to 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 back. And FYI, layering it with She Was Here from Forever Mood. This has pomegranate while this has black currant. This has pistachio while this has chestnut. They both have like a vanillic sweetness to them and almost like a smooth airiness to them. They pair exceptionally well together and get compliments. Okay, this I have absolutely no regrets, and as I have told you all, I will never spray this on a tester strip. And don't nobody ask me for no decants. This is too expensive. The answer is no. This is for me. This was my birthday gift to myself, and I have absolutely no regrets. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Again, another top new addition for fall. Do y'all see my dent already? I ain't had this that long. My God. This is Soie Malaquais from Dries van Noten. I'm going to go ahead and round out the new releases for this list with this one. This is Matiere Premier's Vanilla Powder, the Extrait. I low-key feel like this is going to be on a number of lists this year for a number of people. And I know y'all probably sick of me talking about this, but this, as a non-vanilla, non-coconut lover, this is excellent. It's so freaking good. It's sweet without being too sweet. It is smooth and comforting, cozy, but sexy at the same time. Perfectly unisex. Anybody can wear this, and a little bit of this goes a very, very long way. Beast mode. My kind of carrying on, especially in the cooler weather. I wore this a lot this fall. I don't know if my dent is registering. I did decant this a couple of times, but a significant portion of this is me. Not only was I wearing this by itself, I layered this with not only my Auntie Donna, also layered this with She Was Here. But trust and understand that this doesn't need to be layered. This is perfectly fine on its own, in my opinion. Lasts all day and gets compliments. Definitely a perfect top fall new addition to the collection. Has to go to Matiere Premier Vanilla Powder, the Extrait. Mama Tresses is calling. Moving on to fragrances that have been some long time loves in the collection that, if you follow me on any other platform, will probably come at no surprise. These are probably the top 3. I didn't rank any of the other ones, but these are definitely my top 3, like, most worn fragrances for this fall. I could not stop wearing these. And first one has to go to Bond No. 9's Nomad. This was one that just made me feel like a bad bitch, okay? Regardless of where I was going, whether it was daytime, nighttime, it's the right time. This has my beloved pear in it, of course, but it's not a fresh pear. This is a darker, deeper pear, along with some quince, giving it a little. It's also very, very robust and a little raunchy oud in this, which makes it a very strong fragrance. Get some powderiness from some violet, some rose. This is sexy, okay? And honestly, low-key, this is one that a lot of people wear all year round because of that fruity component. But something about it in the cold weather is going to do it for me every time. This was a head turner, compliment getter, conversation starter, and a blind buy gone right. Yes, I blind bought this fragrance, which I do not recommend. And I don't know if you all can see my dent. This was a good one for the cooler weather. And honestly, I will be taking this through the winter as well, because that oud is going to do it in the cold weather every time for me. Again, Bond No. 9's Nomad is a top one for fall for me, for sure. This next one was a sample turned decant turned full-size bottle that I picked up for, I believe, my birthday for myself last year. This is, I didn't even show y'all. Hold on, let me cap back on, have some class. This is Amouage's Love Delight. This, I could not stop wearing this. It just makes me so happy. It is a vanilla fragrance, but a vanilla with some Amouage complexity to it. This is very juicy and sweet from some mandarin, along with that vanilla, some cocoa, some rum, subtle booziness, some kick from some ginger, rosy. It is, it's so many like layers of just good. And this changes as it sits on your skin. There's also heliotrope in it as well. So it's powdery, just pretty pleasant and sweet, but like a pretty girl with some bite, some kick to it. You know what I'm saying? This also lasts really well on my skin. I loved layering this with AI the Greats and Brown Sugar Babes collab. I cannot think of the name. I think it's Love Infinite, Love Forever. I'll leave it on the screen. I can't think of the name of the oil, but that has a fruity, rosy, spicy, chocolatey rose component to it, and paired exceptionally well with this. This, as you can see, I'm not wasting on a tester strip. While it's not beast mode, it is very present and gets compliments. It is a floral, but gourmand floral. Girly, but grown at the same time. And I just kind of love how layered this is while still being easy to wear, especially coming from, you know, a pretty polarizing house like Amouage. I know that this was not a love for everybody, but this was a love at first sniff for me, and absolutely no regrets about upgrading this to a full-size bottle. Again, coming in at one of my top 3 for fall 2025, and one of my signature scents for fall 2025 for sure has to go to Amouage's Love Delight. Now this last one is another one that was on repeat, especially once the weather started to break. But honestly, I started reaching for this when we were still kind of transitioning into fall, when it was, you know, cool in the morning and then hot in the afternoon and cool again in the evenings. This is one that was able to stand not only the test of time, but just makes me feel like a boss bad bitch. This one is no stranger to this channel, BDK's Passe Soir, the Extrait. Another one that started as a sample and now we are here. I've had this one for a year or two at this point, and you can see that we are still pretty close to the top, and that is with significant decanting. This is a beast mode fruity fragrance, but this is a really dark, deep, and perfectly unisex fruity floral fragrance. Not only is there my beloved pear and quince, it's dark but also a little tart. There's some white florals in here. I want to say some orange blossom, probably some jasmine as well. Lots of patchouli and broxin. Very syrupy, jammy, very dense. And ooh, whether I was going to church, work, little evening dinner, if I was stepping out with a heel on, dressing all black like the Omen, this is what I was reaching for. So many scent memories this fall in general with this fragrance, but this fall especially. I wore this to my class reunion as well. If you are trying to turn heads without having to say a single thing, without having to spray a whole lot of your fragrance, if you are trying to get noticed, if you are trying to get compliments, if you are trying to have a fragrance that is going to fill up a room, especially in some cold weather, this is the one and not the two. Sexy date night. And honestly, I will wear this all year round, especially in the evenings, but Again, yet again, something about that dark, fruity, spicy component in the wintertime. So freaking good. Super complex, polarizing, not going to be for everybody, but definitely exceptionally better, exponentially better, in my opinion, than the original Passe Soir, while still being authentic to that DNA. Absolutely prefer this one to the OG, and definitely a top one for fall for me has to go to BDK's Passe Soir the Extrait. Hopefully you all enjoyed hearing about my top 10 fall 2025 fragrances. Definitely sound off in the comments and let me know what fragrances you had in heavy rotation this fall. Did we have any in common, or are you interested in trying any of the fragrances that we talked about today? Of course, if you are interested in trying or buying anything that we talked about today, make sure you shop via any available links, discounted links, or discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps me out. After commenting on this video and on your way to watching another video of mine, please make sure that you hype, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe. Enjoy your holiday season, and I'll catch you in the next one. Child, hopefully I don't look like everything I done been through. Is that Coco? Yes. Of course it is. Of course, as soon as I sit down, I look different. It's because I had to run outside because your man's decided to have to go potty as soon as I sat down. You know, tale as old as time. Welcome. Oh, ooh, I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. Oh, something's in my eye.